Good afternoon. It is May 30th, 2024, and today we mostly had a range day. Um, I just drew the high of this swing that ended at yesterday's close to the bottom of this bottom of that leg swing or leg, and that turned out to be today's open was the midline of that move. So, you know, that made sense to me. That made it easy to follow. Um, Not, I wouldn't say this was a easy day to trade. Um, I think if you watch the last hour and a half, there's some good entries though. So anyway, let's take a look. I forgot to post a video yesterday. I forgot to make a video, so sorry about that to anyone who cares. Anyway, where does 5 o'clock come in? So 5 o'clock comes in. We have this like sort of endless pullback, as Al Brooks refers to them as. Um, the way I'm seeing it right now, it kind of looks like something like this. Break, move to a new high, and then we just go sideways for a while. So there was a news item at 5:30. That's probably what made it shoot up. What's this? No, that's too early. So I don't think there's any trades, and I don't like any of this personally. Um, you can see we're running into some resistance at this midline. So, I mean, maybe you consider this short, but I think there's just not enough selling pressure yet. But it turns out to be a good move down. And you got a doji here and a doji here. So I think it's reasonable to consider this. We got to break out of this range slightly to the high side and slightly to the low side. I think that's reasonable. And you do get a second entry short right here, but it doesn't make a new high, and you're really just going into the range, so I don't think you want to take that. I kind of like this double test right here, man. Big bullish bar. I was going to mark it blue. I like that. There's not a whole lot of room to that EMA, though, but I like that. You see, we hit that price level, come back up, hit it again, and then make a higher low right there. I like that. Now you got two tests of the previous support now acting as resistance. Big bearish bar. Maybe you consider that one. Come down here, bounce, and this just turns out to be a broad bear channel. And so when we get that third bounce right there, with a good buy signal bar, I would consider that for a swing, especially since we're in the overnight highs and lows. I would consider that. And then you get a higher low, and then you get a failed second entry short. You could probably look at this as two legs of correction before it bounces. And I don't think you want to take that, but with such a nice bullish bar, maybe you consider it. And then you got to consider the second entry long, but it's below the EMA, so it's not very great yet. I think you got to take this. This one's a good one. Failed second entry short, two-legged pullback. And then you got this, another one, failed second entry short, off the channel, trend channel. Boom. Then you get a second entry long, but it doesn't set up. It doesn't give you a good signal bar. And you can see we come up a little short right here, the trend line. And then we're just finding resistance at the midline. And some good selling right here. And you get big down, big up. Al Brooks says big down, big up, big confusion, probably a trading range. We go down a little bit again, Then we go up, and you get a nice signal bar. Not a nice signal bar, but a bearish signal bar. Double test, maybe you take that. And then we just, turns out to be like a triangle. And then the breakout to the high side fails. And then you get a lower high, and then you get a failed second entry long. And that's off the trend line, so I think you got to take that. Bounces off the midline. Get a second entry short, not a really good setup. I don't like it. But it kind of looks like the buyers might be exhausted. I mean, maybe you nah. I was gonna say maybe you take this one. That's a bull signal bar, but you can see that's basically a failure. And on a larger time frame, that might show up as a failure. I don't know, but come down here, find some resistance. You can see a range. It's probably because it's at the overnight lows, and then boom, the floor falls out, and then we find support. Get a strong leg up, and then we just go sideways, and you can see prices selling off a little bit. So in the final hour or so, you get this setup at 12.18. I like that setup. And then you get some strong bear bars here. Then 2 legs of correction, and then you get this 12.33, sell the close, bear trend, and then it goes sideways, people taking profits. Another sell the close, bear trend, boom. And then everyone's just taking profits because it's the last 15 minutes of the day, and so you got to buy the close bear trend. So, and then those bulls took their profits, and then we sold off a little bit. So that's how I saw it today. Here's a look at the daily chart. We're closing below this EMA, which is not a surprise at all with how, that's the buyers are going to be exhausted. So my next target would be this 50% correction. So that's how that's looking. If tomorrow, I'm guessing we'll have another bear day tomorrow. Try and test this EMA on the weekly chart. So I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.